Look at this simple bottle. It's in almost every kitchen around the world. We use it to fry, to saute, to make our food crispy and delicious. But have you ever wondered where this clear, golden liquid actually comes from? And what exactly happens to a simple seed to turn it into the refined cooking oil you use every day? This is the story of a culinary staple, the journey of cooking oil from the earth to your plate, and the hidden processes that make it a modern convenience. For thousands of years, the process of making oil was straightforward and rustic. It was all about mechanical pressing. Ancient civilizations squeezed oil from olives and sesame seeds using simple presses, a process that yielded what we now call a virgin or a cold-pressed oil. This method is pure and simple, but it has a few drawbacks. It's inefficient, leaving a lot of oil behind, and the resulting oil can have a strong flavor and may not be suitable for high-temperature cooking. For centuries, this was the only way. But as demand grew, so did the need for a more efficient method. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. We developed massive hydraulic presses that could extract more oil from seeds. But even these left a significant amount of oil behind in the leftover meal. This led to the biggest innovation in oil production: chemical extraction. So, why did we invent refined oil? The answer lies in the dramatic changes of the late 19th century. As the world's population exploded and people moved into cities, the demand for affordable, consistent food skyrocketed. Traditional oils, like olive oil, were often expensive and not always readily available. The new challenge was to produce a vast amount of oil that was cheap, shelf-stable, and had a neutral flavor that wouldn't overpower food. The invention of cottonseed oil was a turning point. Initially, cottonseed was considered a worthless byproduct of the booming cotton industry. But chemists and innovators realized it was rich in oil. The problem was, the raw oil from cottonseed was dark, bitter, and had a foul smell. No one would eat it. This is where one man, David Wesson, a brilliant chemist working for the American Cotton Oil Company, stepped in. Around the turn of the 20th century, specifically in 1899, Wesson revolutionized the industry. His groundbreaking work took place in the company's facilities, primarily centered in the southern United States, where cotton was king. He wasn't the first to extract oil from cotton seeds, but he was the first to successfully develop and patent a process to refine this crude, unpalatable oil into a clear, tasteless, edible product suitable for cooking. Wesson adapted and perfected methods that were already used in other industries, like soap making, to purify the oil. He discovered that by using alkali chemicals, he could remove the bitter-free fatty acids, and by using a bleaching clay, he could remove the dark pigments. Crucially, he perfected the process of heating the oil under a vacuum to remove the unpleasant smells, a step known as deodorization. This new, multi-step refining process was a game-changer. It transformed a worthless agricultural waste product into a valuable, marketable commodity. The American Cotton Oil Company, under his influence, became the first major commercial producer of truly refined. This process didn't just work for cottonseed. It could be applied to other seeds like soybeans and corn, opening up a whole new world of mass-produced, affordable cooking oils. It was an invention born out of necessity and chemical ingenuity, driven by figures like David Wesson, designed to solve a problem of scale and taste for an expanding world. Building on Wesson's breakthroughs, the refining process evolved rapidly. By the mid-20th century, these steps became more industrialized, transforming raw oil into the stable product we recognize. Let's look at how these early industrial factories processed oil. Today, most of the cooking oil you buy is not just pressed, it's refined. This is a multi-step process that turns raw, crude oil into the clean, flavorless product we're used to. It begins with the seeds, which are first cleaned and heated to prepare them for extraction. The crushed seeds are then bathed in a chemical solvent, most commonly hexane. This solvent dissolves the oil, pulling it out of the seed meal with incredible efficiency. This method extracts virtually all of the oil, leaving behind a dry, solvent-soaked meal. The solvent is then separated from the oil and recycled. But the oil at this stage is still raw and full of impurities. It's dark, has a strong odor, and contains undesirable compounds. This is where the refining truly begins. The process is a series of chemical transformations, often referred to as degumming, neutralization, bleaching, and deodorization. First, the oil is mixed with hot water or special acid. This process, called degumming, causes certain impurities, like phospholipids and proteins, to clump together. These gums are then easily separated and removed, preparing the oil for the next step. Next is neutralization. The oil is treated with a caustic soda, which is a strong alkali. This reacts with the free fatty acids in the oil, which can cause an off flavor and aroma. The reaction creates a soap-like substance called a soap stock, which is then easily separated and removed, leaving the oil less acidic and more stable. Now, the oil is ready for bleaching. This isn't about making it white. It's about removing the color and remaining impurities. The oil is mixed with a special type of absorbent clay or activated charcoal. This clay acts like a sponge, soaking up pigments and other compounds that give the oil a dark color or undesirable flavor. The clay is then filtered out, leaving behind a much lighter, cleaner oil. The final, crucial step is deodorization. The oil is heated to very high temperatures under a vacuum. Superheated steam is then injected through the oil. This process is essential for removing any remaining volatile compounds that contribute to unwanted odors and flavors. It makes the oil almost completely tasteless and odorless, which is exactly what's needed for cooking, as it won't interfere with the flavor of your food. The refining process gives us a product that is shelf-stable, has a high smoke point, and a neutral flavor. It's an engineering triumph. But this triumph has also sparked a major debate about health and the environment. From a health perspective, the refining process can remove some beneficial compounds, like antioxidants and certain vitamins, that are present in cold-pressed oils. Furthermore, the use of chemical solvents and high heat has led some to question the overall health impact of highly refined oils compared to their less processed counterparts. On an environmental level, the mass production of cooking oil, particularly from palm and soy, has been linked to deforestation and habitat loss. The use of solvents, while recycled, also raises concerns. And of course, there's the waste, the plastic bottles and containers that are a staple of the industry. So, the next time you pour oil into a pan, you'll know it's not just a simple liquid. It's the result of a complex, modern process, a product of ingenuity that has given us incredible convenience, but also forces us to consider the hidden costs. The story of cooking oil isn't just about what's in the bottle, but about the choices we make, both in the kitchen and on a global scale.